Hello, my name is Ron Prescott, and I work with ISU Extension Outreach, working as a retail specialist. The Iowa Retail Initiative is bringing together students and ISU employees to deal with various questions in relation to retail matters that communities may have. Actually, as a result of these questions, this retail trade analysis video is the result of those community efforts. I hope you enjoy it. This is the Retail Trade Analysis Report for fiscal year 2012 for the city of Clarinda. The key retail indicators for Clarinda are real total taxable sales increased to 4.6%. Number of reporting firms went from 2010 to 2001 last year for a decrease of 4.3%. Population slightly decreased to 5,560. Average sales per firm actually increased to 9.1, and average sales per capita increased by 5% also. Total taxable retail sales and number of reporting firms in Clarinda. The top portion of the chart is real sales in millions of dollars. Those would be the blue squares. The bottom portion of the chart is reporting firms. And so as we go back to the top, we see in millions of dollars. We start out in 2003 with $48 million in retail sales. But as you go across, you see that there really wasn't a depression during the recession in 2009 and 2010. It actually was increasing, but that's not the case in the reporting firms, where you see 218 in 2009 and 216 in 2010, which drops all the way off to 2001 reporting firms, but yet they've been able to keep up the retail sales in Clarinda to $58 million in retail sales. Taxable retail sales per capita, and so you have the total retail sales for Clarinda divided by their population, and the same is for the state of Iowa. The blue dotted line is actually the state of Iowa sales per capita, and the red dash is Clarinda sales per capita. And as you can see, you notice that Iowa during the recession took quite a dip there in 2009 and 10, but for Clarinda, it seems like they were just about the same, and they just kind of barreled right on through the recession and actually increased quite a bit in 10, 11, and 12. And so we're going to talk about this a little bit later, but something has happened as far as the business diversity there in Clarinda in 2009 or 2010. Population trends as compared to the population in 2002. The blue dotted line is the state of Iowa, the red dotted line is Page County, and the solid red line is Clarinda. So you see population of state of Iowa has increased about 5% over the last 10 years. Clarinda has pretty much just held its own, and Page County has actually dropped off probably about 4% over the course of those 10 years. Population trends for peer cities. Clarinda is in the solid red line, and your peer group average is in the blue dotted line. And I'm going to show you a picture of your peer group. You're actually in group 3 for the state of Iowa. But as you can see that it's pretty much been running consistent with your peer group, and then it decreases a little bit in 2011, but really not significantly. The unemployment rate as a percentage of the labor force, Page County is a solid red and state of Iowa is the blue dotted line. We don't have any information for particular cities. But as you can see in Page County, it deviated away from the state of Iowa line by quite a bit during the recession. But as you see in 2011, it's almost exactly the same for unemployment rate in the state of Iowa as well as Page County. This table is showing the peer group, and it's a top 10. You're in peer group number 3, which I believe has 63 cities within it. We have per capita sales and population. West Burlington comes in at 60,000 in per capita sales in 2009. And some of these are kind of obvious, whether they have shopping malls or whether they're high tourist areas. But when you get down into New Hampton, Bloomfield, Owl Falls, and Shenandoah, these may be places that you kind of want to maybe take a look at the communities and see what they have that possibly you don't have. Clarinda's coming in at 10,493, which puts you probably about in the middle of the pack for that peer group number 3. This is a pull factor comparison with the peer group. Clarinda is in the red dot and the peer group is in the blue dash. And this can be explained on the break-even side. The 1-to-1 ratio can probably simply be explained that the population, if you're below 1, folks are probably going outside of Clarinda to purchase items. If you're above 1, you probably have people coming into Clarinda to buy retail items. And so as you can see, over the course of 10 years, Clarinda's done a pretty good job. They're 2011 at 1.04 and 2012 1.07. So actually that would indicate that people are coming into Clarinda to shop. Here's a Page County profile. We don't have the numbers necessarily for city income, but the median household income for Page County has actually decreased, or is less than the state of Iowa at 49,545, and the poverty rate for Page County is actually a little bit higher than the state of Iowa, which is at 12.7. Again, for Page County, this is population is broken down by number of years, and so under 5 years, Page County actually has less population than the state of Iowa. Same with ages 5 to 17, 18 to 24, and 24 to 45. They're all less than the state of Iowa. Then 45 to 64, we actually are higher than the state of Iowa. At 65 years and older, we are higher than the state of Iowa. And the median age at 43.6, a little bit higher than the state of Iowa at 38.1. We've been talking a lot about group comparisons, so I thought at least you'd have some names of cities and populations for the group that you're in, which is group 3. I believe there's 63 cities in your group, and these are the folks you're being compared to during the various charts and analysis that we have listed for you.